Well, good morning once again, and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Panama City, and a shout out to our online community. I'm so glad you're with us today. So, it is a bittersweet day that we conclude our study of this amazing book, Point of Power. I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed it. So we have touched upon in these past 5 weeks the concepts of God, prayer, meditation, the law of mind action, cause and effect, and now enthusiasm and determination. We know from our summer series on the 12 powers that enthusiasm is not just the outer excitement of life. No, enthusiasm is the inner fire at the core of your being that propels you forward. It's that special something we call the spark. I have it, you have it, we all have it. The trick is to use it. So here we go. So our study of these metaphysical principles has been a conscious effort for each of us to become so grounded in who and what we are here on the planet as divine sparks, as spiritual beings having a human experience. It is so that we can each become so powerfully grounded in that truth that we can have a greater expression, expansion, and experience of what that is in the world. So that we can have a greater understanding of our individual role as we create the experience of our life. So after last week, I have held the vision that each of you have a greater understanding of what cause and effect is and how it plays out in your experience, and that it is never separate from your experience. Cause and effect. And cause and effect are not separate from one another. The salt shaker may get displaced from the pepper, but they are a pair, right? Okay. So in the study of the law of mind action and cause effect, we gain clarity. I was looking at the and it was not coming out at all. So we gain clarity of our role and the integral part that we play in the universal scheme. When we have a firm grasp of this truth, we begin to practice mindfulness in such a way that it takes over our life. You may say, oh, I don't want mindfulness to take over my life. I might not have as much fun. Well, I don't know about that. The mindfulness that we practice purposely is so that we purposely do not create things that we are not desiring in our life. Because we are so powerful with the magnetic matching game of the universe that if we continue to think about, oh, woe is me, then we're going to get, oh, more woe is me. In whatever form you practice. Because that too can become a practice of thinking thoughts that we don't want to create. And so once we have a firm grasp of this truth and a clarity of how powerful we are and how our mind draws to us what we are thinking, we can allow the chaos and the drama to fall away from our life experience. Why? because we have chosen to no longer surround ourselves in mind and heart with thoughts of drama and chaos. It's one way that we put the law of mind, action, and cause and effect to work. So, know what it is you want to create in your life experience. Know what it is you want for your life. Know why you make the choices you make. Every time you make a choice, which are countless times throughout the day, you choose to take a class, you choose to read a book, you choose to go on a certain road, you choose to hang out with certain people. I ask you to be clear on why you make that choice. And that if that choice leads you to an experience that you are not wanting, then the universe provides the opportunity for us to make a new choice. All you gotta do is turn. Not even that much, 2 degrees. That was more like 15. So get clear. Allow the wisdom within you to clarify what you want for your life. Utilize your 12 powers of imagination to see what it is you want, of strength to be steadfast in making the choice, of will to propel you forward. Be clear on what you want and make the choices and changes you need. You're allowed, just in case you forgot, you're allowed to choose your highest and best consciously and effectively. So, give yourself permission. I have a quote on my refrigerator that has been there for a number of years. It's looking a little dog-eared around the edges, and I think the cat might have spilled something on it, but it has essence. It's by H.L. Hunt, and he said, "The only requirement to get exactly what you want is to 1, know exactly what you want, and 2, be willing to pay the price." Know exactly what you want, be willing to pay the price. And so why is this quote so powerful? Why has it been on my refrigerator for, 10, 12 years? Because unless we know what it is we want and then act in alignment with our intention, we will be pushed around like a feather in the wind. The beautiful thing about fall is that the leaves are falling and they just so sometimes gracefully go back and forth. It's mesmerizing. But sometimes that can be our life. I don't know what my mission is every single moment, but there's a mission, there's a plan, there's a direction. And even though I've zigzagged, I'm on the trajectory. And when I'm consciously aware and making good choices, I am laser focused. Have you had that experience when you have set your mission, your vision, your values, your goals for your life? So recently we had that movie, As a Man Thinketh, here at the Unity Center. The complete statement for that title comes from the King James Version, not all the other versions that I have a habit of quoting. But from the King James Version, Proverbs 23:7, it says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." So without knowing in your heart what you want, you're never going to manifest it. Without knowing in your heart who you are and what kind of person you are, if you're honest or a thief, if you're compassionate or condemning. Know who you are. Know how you want to be in the world. Set your intention. The Aramaic version of that scripture says, "For he is like him who swallows pitch." Now, what you need to know is that swallows pitch is an idiom or a form of expression in that culture, which means he is a superb liar. So if you are a liar in your heart, you are a liar in your life. If you are a liar in your heart, you are a liar in your life. Sounds a little harsh, doesn't it? Yes, those truthful moments usually are. But when we look at the practical application of what that statement is telling us, we find that we are telling ourselves a lie within. And we are telling ourselves a lie without. Choose. Have clarity. Be honest and integral with yourself about who you are, what kind of person you are, what you want to do with your life, the direction that you're heading. We speak great things about what we want to do and see and be and co-create in the world. And yet, sometimes we can be a hypocrite by speaking wonderful words and living a lie. Don Miguel Ruiz said, "Be impeccable with your word." And I would add, not only be impeccable with your word, but be impeccable with your deed. The Buddha, in a similar fashion, said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." We've been studying this. This is unity principle number 3. It's the law of mind action. It's the activity of cause and effect. And so in our study of the point of power, Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck has said, he's very clear in what he wants for us as Unity Truth students to do. He says, "I am inviting you to become aware in the present moment and to make conscious choices about how you use your energy." These are not new words for us as New Thought Truth students. We hear this all the time. Be clear, be mindful, pay attention, focus. I am inviting you to become aware in the present moment and make conscious choices about how you use your energy. Every moment is the present moment. Every moment. So when we use our enthusiasm, the fire of the soul within us to propel into the outer world, we must call upon its companion of determination in our quest for truth, for wisdom, for knowledge. And this applies to our spiritual path. However, I've observed in my own life, and a few of yours, that whenever we try a new level of mindfulness, whenever we try a new style of meditation, whenever we try to really use the tools of denial and affirmation in the Fillmorian teaching, or better yet, whenever we try a healthier diet and to really be gluten-free, we are quick to say, oh, that doesn't feel right. Oh no, something's drastically wrong. This doesn't resonate with me. Well, you know, I'm calling myself out here, so just make sure that I'm doing it to me and you don't feel like I'm doing it to you. But I would say stop right there. Those new practices, those new things that we're trying to do for our meditation, our prayer, our health, our well-being, they're not bad. They're not wrong. It's just different. Different feels different. We don't like it. But it has to be different for it to shift us 2 degrees. We have to have that different, that change in order to inspire and empower something new. Inspire and empower. Does that sound vaguely familiar to you? It's our mission statement here, to inspire and empower personal development. So unless we move through the different and doesn't work for me phase, we won't ever get the benefits. We won't ever reap the harvest of that change. And you know, if we stop ourselves too quickly, then we fall prey to doing the same as we've always done and expecting a different result. And as you know, that is the definition of insanity. Shall I ask for a raise of hands of who? No. Okay. All right, you know where I'm going with that one. Your secrets are safe within yourself. So be aware. Know what it is you're doing, thinking, and manifesting all the time. Not beware as in afraid and fear-filled and zombie-like. Yes, I know it's Halloween weekend, but that's not the be aware that I want you to carry into your life. Did you see how just that little bit of space makes those 2 words distinctly different? You're either on the higher plane of consciousness or you're in a lowly state of fear. And so our enthusiasm, that inner flame for spiritual growth, can evolve out of everything that we have done in the past. Whether you have come from a traditional, a modern, postmodern theological viewpoint, whatever religion or upbringing you had, you can move forward. And that would include the progressive mindset that we claim in New Thought, and the emerging ideas of spiritual truth that we aspire into. All of it is in our consciousness, and so I invite you to embrace it all. It is not good, it is not bad, it's just different from the consciousness you have today in this now moment. What you believed 10 years ago was perfect for you 10 years ago. What you will believe 10 years from now will be perfect for you in 10 years, but not today. Embrace it all. It's all a part of us. So moving into these ideas of evolving Christianity really helps us move into and embrace New Thought Christianity. One that honors both the historical Jesus, who knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that he and his God were one, a man who saw the potential in both male and female alike, and the risen cosmic Christ, whose spiritual essence, the spark, is in each and every one of us. So moving both into these ideas and beyond these ideas at the same time is stepping into evolving Christianity. Many people believe that spirituality in general is headed into a more universal state. We won't know until we get there. And I invite you to just embrace what is for today. Minister and author Paul Smith said, "The oldest thing you can say about God is that God is always doing something new." Jesus pushed his own religion, Judaism, to a newness by including the best of its past and transcending the worst of its present. Jesus continues to be the prototype of all spiritual paths in their task of keeping up with Spirit's evolutionary urge and impulse to welcome in the next transcendent stage. We, you and I, are called to do the same, to embrace the past, to embrace our old teachings, to bring along with us those that have served us well, to release those that no longer serve, and to aspire for more clarity and expression. This, my friends, is ours to do. Enjoy the journey. Namaste.